Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Vienna Ortiz and my goal is to help content creators and entrepreneurs leverage social media so they can create content that converts and also help business owners create businesses that prosper. So what is today's video about? It's all about finding your niche and why finding your niche is so important when you're trying to sell on social media or even just trying to create a business on its own. So let's jump into this video. So first I want you to imagine a huge body of water, an ocean with a ton of fish in it, a ton of sea creatures. You're just swimming in there and there's just no room. And I promise you this is going to make sense before you leave like weird comments down below. But that is what it's like when you don't have a niche. You're swimming in the ocean with all of these other fish. Nobody can find you if they tried. And even if they did find you, why would they bother talking to you if there's other fish that look exactly like you swimming in the same pool? That's exactly what it's like to not have a niche. Now imagine you wanted to move from a huge ocean to maybe a lake. And now you're in this smaller body of water. That's because you went from maybe this huge niche of health and wellness to now trying to talk about not just health and wellness, but specifically fitness. Because let's be honest, if you're talking about health and wellness, it could be anything from mental health to fitness to eating to chronic illnesses. Really, it can be anything. And so now we're in this lake because now we're focusing just on fitness. And we like it here, you know, there's less fish floating around, but still it's hard for people to find us. We would love to get into a smaller body of water. So now let's imagine that we're in a creek. For a lack of better body of water, we are now in a creek. And that's because we've now gone from the ocean, which is health and wellness, to then the lake, which was fitness, to now a creek, which is now fitness for people in their 30s, but we're still in a place where there's just too many creatures around. We don't want to be in this place. We want people to find us easier. So we want to move from the creek to a puddle. So how are we going to do that? We're going to niche down even further. So we're going to go from health and wellness to fitness within health and wellness to now 30-year-olds or in your 30s. And then we're now going to go to in your 30s women who are working 9 to 5. So we're teaching fitness to women in their 30s who work a full-time 9 to 5 job. Now we're in this puddle, we're alone, people come and they know that that's what they're gonna get from us. They come to see us specifically, and so that's why finding a niche is like bodies of water. So now that I've explained that, I want you to understand how it's so important to just go from being non-visible to visible and people wanting to work with you or follow your page or whatever it might be because you fit them specifically. Now, I know what you're thinking. Many people are afraid to niche down because one, they feel like they're good at everything or there's so many things they're good at that they don't want to choose. And that's fine, but I do have a rebuttal for that. Two, they don't know how to find their niche. They're not sure what that even looks like. And three, they don't think there's a market for it. And so they're scared to make that leap. But let me just tell you, it's going to make all the difference in your business and on social media if you're able to really speak to a specific audience. There's billions of people in this world. So I promise you, there's people out there that need you specifically and what you are bringing to the table. So now let's get into some proactive ways that you can find your niche. The first thing that you're going to want to do when you're trying to find your niche is to really kind of hone in on what you're good at. So if you're one of those people that says, I'm just good at so many things, I want you to write all those things down. Look at them. See if they're similar. See if there's just some things that are just like out there. And I want you to see which one you are good at, which one that you feel like people come to you the most for, which one that you feel you can be an expert on, which one that you feel you can talk about for days. That is going to be where you're going to want to go first because you can create the most content out of that, because you can scale and grow your business with that topic. And you're going to know which one that is because it's going to be the one that you're not only passionate about, but the one that you can talk about for days. People come to you and you have the answers, and that is going to be where you're going to want to start. After that, you're really going to want to take this umbrella idea and start breaking it down even further. The reason why you're going to want to do this again is because when people come to your Instagram page, let's say, there's probably billions of people out there that are trying to teach business, for example, and why should they follow you? Why should this person who's coming to your page choose you? Oftentimes, your perfect audience, your perfect customer is going to choose you because you are niche down enough for them to know that you can help them. Think of it as a specialty. Whenever you go to the doctor and there's something specifically wrong with you, you go to a specialist that can help you with that. You can't go to a general doctor that doesn't really know anything specific about what you're going through. You need to go to somebody who has done the education and knows exactly how to treat you right away. And that's exactly what your ideal customer or your ideal audience member is looking for with you when you niche down. Now, there will be opportunities for you to take that niche and expand later on, because once you have your audience's trust and once you have the customer retention, they are more than likely going to grow with you and want to know what else it is that you have to offer. But you really have to prove yourself as an expert in that field, in that niche first, and then prove that you can help people in that niche and that you know what you're talking about, and then you can kind of branch out from there. Also, finding your niche is kind of like finding your perfect home, kind of like finding your dream home. Sometimes you try on different homes, sometimes you live other places, you rent apartments before, and you really like that, like you could live there, but there's this dream home just waiting for you, and that is gonna be your niche because that is what you're good at, that is what you feel like you could teach for years, you could have a lot of content that you can kind of build from, and that is something that people are going to benefit from you. So just to recap, having a niche is extremely important. If you don't already have one, you're going to want to consider niching all the way down as far as you can go. Number 2, you're going to want to write down all the things that you could do, but then you're going to want to take a look at that and see which thing you feel like you're an expert at, you feel like you love to talk about the most and that you could talk about the most. And what do people come to you for? What are people always asking you for your advice about? What is it that people are engaging with already on your platform if you do have one? And really mesh all of that together to really decide on your niche. So I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Please subscribe if you're loving this type of video, and like it if you would like to see more. Visit my website, viennaortiz.co, so you can find out all the ways that you can work with me and all of the resources that I have available. And I will see you in my next video.